when we talk about the mas'ala of Raful Yadain, and raising the two hands when you begin the prayer, but also when you're going into ruku' and when you're getting up from ruku', a lot of people say, oh no, that was abrogated. That was in the early times and then it became mansukh. Well, where's the evidence for that? In fact, the great Hanafi scholar Az-Zayla'i, in his amazing work called Nasb al-Raya, he decimates this view. He says it's enough to quote one hadith to clear up the misconception of abrogation. And he quotes a hadith from Ibn Daqiq al-Eid, from his book Al-Imam, where it says Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma said that when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to begin his prayer, he would raise his hands to begin. And then he would raise them again while going into ruku'. And then he would raise them again when getting up from ruku'. And then he says a sentence that is so explicit. He says, فَمَا زَالَتْ تِلْكَ صَلَاتُهُ حَتَّى لَقِيَ اللَّهِ. He says that this was his prayer. He did not stop praying like this until he met Allah, until his death. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed like this. Now this hadith, Ibn Hajar has mentioned in Talkhis, Al-Bayhaqi has mentioned it in his Sunan. Imam al-Shawkani in his Nail al-Awthar authenticates it. This is thabit, this is authentically established according to Imam al-Shawkani. So how can you say it's abrogated when the great Imam al-Bukhari, that no doubt from the greatest scholars of hadith, who put together the most authentic book of hadith, that same Imam Bukhari wrote an entire book establishing this practice. And what does he say in it? He says it is narrated from Hasan al-Basri and from Humayd ibn Hilal that the Sahaba of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all of them used to do this practice. And Imam Bukhari says that they did not leave out any single Sahabi, meaning all of them. All of the Sahaba used to practice this. And then that same Imam Bukhari, and I'm putting the quote on the screen, and you can go check out the book yourself. He says it is not established that a single Sahabi left this practice. How are you going to say it's abrogated when Abdullah ibn Umar, and Ash-Shawkani authenticates this, says that the Prophet ﷺ continued to pray like this until he left this world? And how are you going to say it's abrogated when every Sahabi continued to practice this and not a single one of them left it from what is authentic from the Prophet ﷺ? Not my words, read the words of Imam Bukhari. Look, you're getting 10 rewards every time you do it. Why do you want to leave it? 10 rewards when you begin the salah, 10 rewards when you're going into ruku', 10 rewards when you're getting up from ruku'. Enjoy the reward. The Prophet ﷺ did it. It's not abrogated. He continued and the Sahaba after him continued.